Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to all you loyal listeners to Point Three Podcast Season 2, Episode 18. It is Wednesday, September 11th, and we are super excited, super pumped to have everybody once again with us here. I am Hero Scroll alongside Spider Brando today, and Lou is sick. He will be back next week, so well wishes to him. But we are 2/3 of your favorite trio of hosts. Today, we're going to be talking about the latest superhero news and notes from this past week, chatting the MCU, a good Spider-Man 4 update, finally, an actual update instead of a rumor. Updated DCU Lantern news, which didn't last that long. And stay tuned because today is going to be our Batman suit tier list, a continuation from something that we did last year on this day. Exactly. So, Chef Batman making an early appearance. But let's not waste any more time. It's time to share, as always, the three most important things to us here in the Point Three podcast. That is, keep watching, keep reading, and keep nerding out. Spider Brando, what did you watch this week?
I have been watching Terminator Zero, as I've talked about, I think, on last week's Keep Watching. But I finally finished it, and that was a phenomenal show, especially as one who still hasn't seen Terminator 1 or 2, like, all the way through to where I can remember the plot. I really enjoyed it, and this show makes me want to go dive deeper into the Terminator franchise. But I've been told many times to stop after 2.
Yeah. And I mean, you could keep going. I feel like if you do, you'll get to appreciate
one of them, like the most recent one that came out.
that. What?
Isn't Amelia Clark in like the most recent one that came out?
Yes.
I feel like
I believe she is.
I remember working at the theater around that time and always seeing her in like ads or whatever, and I'm like, you gotta watch this because all the other ones. But I haven't watched the other ones.
Yeah, that one, the latest one isn't horrible, but it retcons something very big. So it's not the greatest thing. So I would say, obviously do 1 and 2. 3 is not horrible to watch, but it's not essential.
It's 3 Judgment Day. Judgment Day is something else. Isn't one of them called like Terminator Judgment Day?
Yes. I can't remember. I always know it as T2. T2 might be Judgment Day. Terminator 3. Why am I saying it as if we don't have the internet?
That's true.
Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines is Terminator 3. Terminator 2 is Judgment Day. Rise of the Machines is kind of Terminator Genesis is 2015. That is Genesis. That's the second to last one. I think there was one more after. I think it was a 2018 movie. Oh, okay.
According to Lou, it was Terminator Genesis 2015 with Amelia Clark.
Okay, so that's like the second to last one. Dark Fate is the newest one, which was 2019. Terminator Genesis is the one with Amelia Clark.
There's one that came out in 2019? I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, that's the one that's like probably the best new one, but still does some weird things. So, yeah. But, yeah. Terminator for Keep Watching. That's a very good way to start it. Keep Reading, actually submitted by Lou today. Kingdomblack. Very simple, very to the point. Symbiotes are so cool, period. Yes, they are. And if you haven't read Kingdomblack, definitely read Kingdomblack. You get Null, you get symbiotes. The tie-ins are pretty fun because you get to see, more symbiote action and kind of how it affects the world around it. Read that Venom run if you haven't as well. Absolutely love that storyline. Kingdomblack. One day we will definitely talk about that here on the podcast, and hopefully it's not after Venom: The Last Dance. So I think that would make a lot of people very sad.
Speaking about that Venom, I think the trailer for Venom 3, 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yep. We might maybe not do something. Who knows? You got to stay tuned here. We'll at least talk about it next week. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Keep nerding out is actually something that we don't always touch on here on the channel, but it's I'm going to dedicate it to gaming today, and specifically Astrobot.
Okay.
Astrobot came out last week, and it has ruled every thought of my head. I want to keep playing it. I haven't played it in like 2 days, and I feel sad. That game has so much charm, is a throwback to like 3D platformers in a very good way. And it is the best PlayStation 5 game in the sense that it really uses the controller to its fullest potential. Like no other PS5 exclusive game has done that in the same way. Like, yes, there have been some that use the triggers and like the half trigger and everything. But Astrobot, I think, takes it even further. Definitely play it. Its ratings are super high. 94 Metacritic, 9 out of 10 on IGN, 9 out of 10 on GameSpot. I've seen a lot of people on TikTok give it 10s out of 10s, 9 out of 10s. It's $60. It's well worth the price. So it was made by a small team, but there is quality in every ounce of that game, from soundtrack to gameplay to the references of PlayStation. If you are a big PlayStation person like I am, like you grew up with that from PlayStation 1 to, this is the game for you because it shows love to all those franchises. So yeah, Astrobot.
You're making me want to play it right now.
I'd say you should.
I've seen some footage. I had a super busy weekend and week so far, but I watched a couple videos on it, and it does look really fun.
It is. I don't want to say too much because I feel like part of the surprise within the game is seeing everything that happens as it unfolds. So great stuff on that game.
Definitely gonna have to check it out. Perhaps keen into the gaming realm.
Yes, absolutely. I just got Space Marines
Ragnarok comes out on PC. I'm sorry.
Minty.
You know what's crazy about that? I bought Ragnarok around this time a year ago because I got this Spider-Man 5 PS5. Like, I think it just hit the 1-year anniversary for it. And I'm like, you know what? I'll buy. Well, because I remember I got the console way before the game came out. So I think I got it around this time. And I bought Ragnarok for it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll play it before it ever comes out on PC. Guess who hasn't played Ragnarok?
Oh my god,
PS5
please.
And how it comes out on PC next week.
Please play Ragnarok. I've been seeing a lot of good things on Space Marines too, though. Like a lot of people have been praising that game too. It's a good time to be a gamer. Like a lot of games coming out within this month, next couple months. Tomorrow, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection.
Really?
Yeah, on digital. I believe it's $50, but well worth it because you get a lot of games. You get that next month. Shadow and Sonic Generations, Dragon Ball
Sparking Zero.
Yeah, it's a very good time. Yeah. Mortal Kombat 1 DLC comes out, I think, in a couple weeks. Lou in our private chat, Black Myth Wukong definitely deserves a shout out. That's definitely a game I need to pick up. Yeah, I need to pick that one up too. Again, just if you're a gamer right now, we are eating good, and that's always good. Marvel Rivals, right? Is it Rivals? That's what it's called.
Yes, the Overwatch. Yeah, Marvel Rivals soon. COD 6, but
COD 6.
Yeah,
depends who. Yeah, but you know everybody loves COD. NBA 2K.
Fortnite's been feasting actually the last couple weeks. Not even just thinking about what's currently going on.
Yeah. It's
been a while since gaming's kind of felt like this, instead of just having like one game that everybody hops on and trends for a couple weeks and then it dies.
yeah.
Cough, cough, Lethal Company.
Yeah. RIP Concord and every other live service game that people are now trying to get banned because they don't like New Dragon Age. Yeah, that's also true. Monster Hunter Wild's coming out next year. That's going to be a big one, along with everything else that's coming out this year. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So a lot of great stuff. So definitely games we can all catch up on. But let's keep it moving because we do have to get to our eventual tier list. So we're going to hit you with some quick rapid fire news. Spider Brando, take it away.
We got Arcane Season 2, the final season, scheduled for November on Netflix. From, I think this was Lou that wrote it. Season 1 had 3 of the best episodes to start an animated series that he's ever seen. I've heard great things of Arcane.
Same.
But I don't know anything about the League or whatever, and I know you don't need to know about that. But I might have to check it out once Season 2 comes around.
Same.
Sticking on the anime bandwagon. Not bandwagon, but train. Got Dragon Ball Daima premieres in October. Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War Part 3 in October. ReZero Season 3, which I am extremely excited for because I've been waiting like 3 to 4 years for this damn season to come out. And Shangri-La Frontier Season 2. And I know Lou is very, very hyped about that because he's been waiting for that, I guess, kind of as long as I have ReZero, or as hyped about that as I am for ReZero. So we got some nice bangers in October, not only just for gaming, but just anime all around.
Yeah. Good
Agatha
time
will
to
be finishing up then too.
Yeah. Good time to be it'll be a good keep watching segments out of some of these. I'm definitely sure. I think I'm most excited for Daima just because I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, and they got me on board with it. I won't lie. At first, I didn't like the announcement, but seeing more of it, I think they might be whipping it up in the kitchen.
Okay, I saw a lot that Akira has had influenced on it, or kind of like his plans for the show, like long-term wise, and that makes me believe in it a lot more now.
And it looks like they spent a lot of time on the animation, so which is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alrighty. MCU.
We got a breaking rumor that's rumored the original 6 MCU characters will be recast after Secret Wars. New and younger actors will play a new group of Avengers in a world full of mutants. There's also been previous rumors throughout this week and for quite some time that the mutant saga will begin in 2028. One installment per character is planned again, kind of like how this isn't just pure the mutant saga, but for, I guess, post reboot, there seems like they want to follow the one installment per character followed by Avengers installment. And this came from updates Marvel updates on X. So no like RPK, or I don't know where they got this exact source from. But Hero, my question to you is, do we want this?
I think in ways, yes, right? Because if you're gonna start off a new MCU after a reboot, you're gonna need to change it up. Minty, as far as your question of any fan cast for the original 6, for me personally, it's kind of hard to say just because this is so far away. Like this won't be till probably like 2027, 2028. So by then we'll have a whole new batch of like new actors breaking into the the acting world, and some people who have already had their big breaks. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from there. I do feel like if you do recast majority, it might alienate some though. So, but I think for the grand scheme of things, if you're going to push the MCU forward after that, it's probably best to recast.
There's only so much stories that they could do with these characters that as these actors grow older too. I know there's quite a few young ones. But like your Chris Hemsworth's, he can't be Thor forever, even though he could still say he's young. But let someone else take the mantle. Or Wolverine though? I don't know, it's weird. I feel like it also depends on the character too. Because I know Lou talked about last episode how he would be okay with like a bunch of different Toby type like Spider-Man projects going on simultaneously, but Wolverine just like no, like just only be Hugh or not have like multiple Wolverines going on. So it's weird to compare, I guess, between the like some that you could easily just want to recast and cut ties with. But there's a lot of cool people and actors out there that would kill it in these new like roles and whole new universes with no ties like attached.
Yeah. Lou saying Austin Butler as Cap, Alexander Skarsgård as Thor, very well could work. So we'll see. We'll see how we end up shaping up the MCU.
Moving on to our next piece of news that could be kind of talking about casting. We got Fantastic Four First Steps will potentially feature Tom Cruise as Iron Man, something that we all wanted to see in Multiverse Madness. Not all wanted to, but heavily rumored back then. We'll see if it's true in this one. Oh, that's the background.
Oh,
I forgot to pop this bad boy on too.
Nice. We're in the Marvel section, baby.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm selling this. Throw this in the trash.
Selling
Bad
it.
rumor. Bad rumor. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I'd sell it too. I mean, it would especially be weird if we do see Doom RDJ interact with like an Iron Man. I don't even want to think about that, to be honest.
Yeah. Minty's too expensive, probably.
I could see that.
Yeah. I'd agree.
I see that. Next up, we got Emma Frost and Nightcrawler will appear in the X-Men reboot. How do you feel about that? Good choices for live action?
2 thumbs up from me. I think we got to see like a glimpse of what Nightcrawler can do in 97. And we've seen a little bit of Frost in First Class. But it'd be cool to see more of her. So I think 2 very good choices for the X-Men team. Even if Emma Frost is not, part of the team, if she's a villain.
Yeah. But we'll see in a couple years. We got another report from My Time to Shine, 2 from My Time to Shine coming up. A Hulk movie will not happen in the MCU until after Secret Wars, which I'd be okay with. Potentially a whole new Hulk that we could be dealing with that's better than MCU Hulk.
Yeah, agreed.
Also via My Time to Shine, Armored Wars is on hold for now.
Yeah, there was a rumor, not from My Time to Shine, but this actually came like a day after we recorded the live stream last week, that Armor Wars and Blade, I think their fates were going to be like kind of decided within the next month or so. Minty, we're all on our knees for that.
All 3 of us.
We're every single one of us are on our knees for that. Pause. Anyways, yeah, Armor Wars and Blade are kind of like in this weird limbo. which sucks, I think, especially more so for Blade than Armor Wars. Both do sting though, so hopefully they both get made.
Hopefully. But we'll see what Marvel decides their fate. Something that's currently potentially was in production limbo for a little bit before everyone working on the movie finally decided to speak on it. The reports was that the film was mostly scrapped due to creative reasons, and it likely wouldn't release until 2027. The composer, Daniel Pemberton, said the reports on the film are inaccurate, and I've seen that followed by many other production workers and audio people working on the film, and just kind of a bunch of different artists saying that it's all stupid and hoopla.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those weird like reports that came out of nowhere, it seems like, because they kind of said it already that this movie will come out when they feel like it's done, but they have been working on it for a while now. So there is no reason this ever should come out 3 years from now. It's a very stupid rumor, and I don't see how.
Hey, don't forget, Blade got announced 5 years ago.
I mean, yeah, but that's different. Like that was an
They've been
announcement.
like actually working on it for the past 3 years,
and they've been telling us they've been working on it for a while. So, I'm glad they cleared up the air on this one.
I agree with that. Now, we're gonna move on to mini deep dives. I don't have much else to add. Speaking of Spider-Man, we got news that Destin Daniel Cretton, director of Shang-Chi, is set to direct Spider-Man 4. And filming is eyeing to begin in early 2025, which follows up and mats out on Daniel RPK's report of when it will likely start. And it does add up to the report that it would have a July 2026 release date, giving it kind of like a year and a half post filming if it starts early 2025, like it says. Now, my question to you, Hero, and chat: how do we feel about Destin Daniel Cretton as Shang-Chi? Because I'm pretty hyped about it.
Yeah, I like the choice, right? I think he did very good with Shang-Chi. I think he could do very well with Spider-Man. It gives me hope that we'll see some very cool action scenes and set pieces for Spider-Man in ways that we haven't seen him too much before, right? Especially with all the rumors going around about it being a fusion of street level multiversal stuff, and if it ends up coming out between a world battle world thing between Secret Wars and Doomsday, I think I'm excited. And Minty, I agree. If he can carry over the high tier choreography and cinematography from Shang-Chi, I'm happy, right? And the only thing is that Shang-Chi and Spider-Man move differently, right? It's more Shang-Chi's more martial arts, obviously, and Spider-Man's more swinging and like acrobatics and stuff. And obviously there are some crossovers. I think the one scene that comes to mind is when Wenwu is kind of like dance fighting his wife or Shang-Chi's mom in towards like the beginning ish of the movie when they show how they first meet and they're in that field and how they're very flowy. I think that could be a very good example of what they could do with Spider-Man.
I agree with that. I saw the one clip that came to me on Twitter today was the scene where Shang-Chi was kind of like going through a bunch of poles on one of the first I guess runaways, like with the bus. that he was
Yes.
going through, and he was going through all the scaffolding and stuff like
Yes.
that, kind of swinging from like pole to
Mm-hmm.
pole. Oh man, let Spider-Man cook with some agility stuff like that. That would be cool. But I really hope he could pull off some nice web swinging, because
Yeah.
Tom needs some better web swinging.
I feel like he has good ones. It's just they don't show it enough, right? And I think that's kind of the issue. But yeah, Lou, we agree. If he gets Daredevil in this too, it'll be really, really nice in a capoeira style, right? That'd be cool. More like luchador style, I think would always fit Spider-Man nicely too, especially if you played like Spider-Man PS4, PS5. That's kind of how he fights, and I think that'd be cool to see realized. So yeah. And I like the fact also that they are bringing back Chris McKenna and Eric Summers, uh, who wrote the previous 3 Spider-Man films. Right? This was reported by Deadline, so that gives me hope that they're gonna keep on telling a more coherent story.
They definitely understand the characters, I guess. Oh, sorry, I feel like I have to cough real quick.
Oh no, you're all right. Yeah, no.
They definitely understand the characters and I guess kind of world that they've been building, so it's gonna be cool to have them back. I think they could do a tiny bit better with certain things.
Yeah, and maybe under a
But
new direction they'll get
yeah,
that. You know.
I was gonna say now that they kind of like cut ties with kind of just introducing Spider-Man into the
Mm-hmm.
MCU and having him tied up with everything he was tied up with, I think this definitely opens up them two to explore a lot more avenues, obviously.
Yeah. Lou asking, do we get a symbiote? Okay, likelihood of this happening out of 10, or a percentage. Rapid fire. Throw a percentage out there. What do you think is the percentage of a symbiote?
I have one question. Throughout the whole movie, or just like he? I feel like
Let's say at any point in the movie. Any point. Lou is saying 5%.
I'm going 10%.
10. Minty saying ain't no way. Sony said over my dead body.
My dead body. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I'm going to say 50. There's a 50-50 chance. Because there was rumors going around, and I know we kind of talk about this every week. It seems like this is the new Kang. Is Kang in the next Avengers movie or not? We talked about this a while ago, how Sony and Marvel were kind of talking back and forth about what they want to do with the movie. And I feel like if they were able to agree upon something, I do think it might be a symbiote. Right. I think that may have been the next big point of contention, because if Sony's trying to go more towards the Venom route and Disney wants to do, or Marvel wants to do, symbiote Spider-Man, it might jump too much for some people. But if they were able to agree on that, I could see it happening. So I'm going to say 50% chance. We might know, within a couple months.
Yeah. I'm still going by my theory that he won't get the symbiote till the end of the movie, and that'll kind of like be what leads into Doomsday and Secret Wars, especially knowing that this comes out after. I think it'll be kind of like a nice little flip up.
Yeah.
And also, I also said in that theory that him having, this is a wild out there theory, would be that Andrew got a freaking symbiote at the same time that Tom got a symbiote, and because of just the hive mindset, it will cause an incursion.
Yeah.
I remember rewatching one of her videos saying that. I'm like, you know what? It
Yeah.
kind of cooks, but I'd love to see them both have symbiotes on freaking Battle World. Oh my god.
2 symbiotes. It'd be an interesting way to tell like a Venom story if they go down that route
You
instead
could
of
do a
doing it
great
traditional.
trio dynamic with it with Toby. Kind of
Yeah.
being the saving grace between the both. Oh.
Yeah.
Sony, man, give me the
So
keys.
so
I
many
haven't had to do
theories
that
out
in a
there.
while.
It's so many theories, right? There was another theory pointed out by Lou that it was thrown around for some reason that they want to retcon Peter's identity being forgotten. This kind of rumor that was going around. I don't think there's much credence to that, mainly because I think some people just throw wild out there theories, and I think to me, if they do that, that would erase a lot of the character development for Peter if they erase that. So I really hope they don't do that.
I hope they don't either. I saw that about how the spell would come undone, but I could so see that happening in. I could so see that happening in a couple movies, but in 4, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen in a couple movies, but I could see it. I could see them paying it off in a nice way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe as the passing of the torch into Miles
That's true.
on his deathbed.
That's juicy. That we're gonna have to save that for a theory video. That as we get closer, we might have to like culminate all our theories into one giant video that we've talked about, so that way we can show everybody that yeah, point 3 said it first. That's why you guys are here this Wednesday.
3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all the Marvel news. Great stuff today on that end. Moving over to the DC side of things, going to rapid fire some quick things. James Gunn saying that DC Studios' goal is to ensure every project is going to bring a different vision by the artists who are creating it. Right. So that's a very interesting quote. Mainly, kind of once again going into the idea that they are trying to really give the DCU its own brand of identity. He also said that Creature Commandos is a perfect appetizer before Superman. So giving more importance to Creature Commandos, right? And kind of the world building aspect that this DCU is going to have, like between the big connections that everything will share. Next up, kind of a depressing one for me personally in some ways. But Matt Reeves, the director of the Batman universe, the Robert Pattinson, says that Gentleman Ghost is an example of a villain that is too fantastical to appear within the Batman universe. He said there is a fun way to think about how we would take characters that might push over into a bit of the fantastical and find a way to make sense of that. I don't know about you, Spider Rando, but really quick, how does this quote make you feel?
Not too happy, but I like Reeves' vision, and I kind of understand where he's coming from, especially if there are rumors of Gunn's DCU being fantastical and like sci-fi crazy like that. It'll be kind of a nice differentiation between the two universes.
Yeah.
But it also is like we can't see cool characters. Like, does that? You could technically you could say why am I drawing a blank at this guy's name right now? Mr. Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely say Mr. Freeze is kind of fantastical.
Yeah.
Like they could pull off I guess a real version with like technology and stuff like that, but if you really go into this whole ice wear and everything, I don't think we could do Mr. Freeze too much.
Yeah.
So I'd agree. I'm not too happy with this, but like Poison Ivy, I don't know. Would you think Poison Ivy is possible now?
Yeah. It feels like it kind of puts her out of contention for a movie, but then it feels like it also kind of kicks out like Clayface,
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul. I mean, I know they could take a more realistic approach. It's just weird that it seems like they just want to go a more realistic route, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. I think it works for this universe very well, and I'm still excited to see that happen. Right, regardless of who the next antagonist is supposed to be it Mr. Freeze or not. Minty, no, I don't think there's any confirmation as to who.
Been confirmation.
Yeah, these are all just speculations on our end, but it'll be interesting to see who they choose next and what route they go, which seems like they'll be more to the realistic side, which is okay. It just kind of sucks because it'd be fun to see some of these characters. Justice for Condiment King. That's who needs to be the next Pattinson villain. Condiment King.
Condiment King?
The Condiment King. If it's not Condiment King, I don't want it. Court of Owls would go crazy, and I think that's the big one that everybody's...
Condiment King would go crazy.
I'm telling you. Don't tell me you wouldn't want some Condiment King in your life.
I've always wanted to see a calendar, man. Ever since Arkham Knight. Or no, was it Arkham Knight? Arkham City.
City. Yeah, he's in City.
Yeah, Arkham Hughes in City. Ever since Arkham City, and like the Riddler trophy where you get to like talk to him in his cell or whatever. Oh my god, like that arc, that could go so crazy with Pattinson.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you see, he's I think a very good one that could fit into, the Pattinson lore.
Yeah.
Type serial killer vibe type
Court
thing.
of the Owls. I really hope they build towards that.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like at this point.
Yeah. Minty, I think you leave it on the best note possible. If there's no Kite Man, we riot. And I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Last but certainly not least, last week we talked about the hype and possibility of Josh Brolin potentially being Hal Jordan. Well, this week, as broken by Deadline, it seems like they offered the role to Josh Brolin, but he turned it down. He has passed on playing Hal Jordan in the Lantern series. I saw another report. I don't know how true it is, but another name that was thrown out there as well was Matthew McConaughey. It seems like his name is also off that short list now. Again, I don't even know how true it was that it was being considered, but it seems like his name is no longer associated with the project as well. But obviously the bigger one is Josh Brolin. So Spider-Man, is this a missed opportunity?
Yeah, because I was sold on it from when we just talked about it last week. I thought you guys convinced me that he could be a killer Hal Jordan and a nice mentor for the Jonathan Stewart. I keep on, my brain is weird today. I keep on thinking of I was gonna say Jonathan Majors for a second. I was wait a second. That's just two different franchises and different people. But anyways, I think it would be good as Hal Jordan. And if Matthew McConaughey also denied it, that left the third person from last week that I wasn't too fond of Ewan McGregor as a potential last hope.
Yeah.
Or a new hope.
Ooh, pun intended. Yeah, his name was still on that short list. I think Chris Pine was also starting to be thrown around, which wouldn't be too bad. And there was another name that came on that short list as well, which from what I remember, I thought it was okay. It's escaping me who it was. But yeah, I do think it's a missed opportunity, right? I think Josh Brolin would have brought a nice air of legitimacy to the DCU, especially playing such a big character as Hal Jordan. And if you missed our conversation last week, we talked about how having someone who is a big name play a big name character really elevates whoever they are going to be with. That would elevate Jon Stewart in huge spades, honestly, right away, and would elevate the series as well. So I think it is a missed
DCU as
opportunity.
well too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do think it is a missed opportunity that way. However, there are other big names out there who could play Hal Jordan, so I don't think it's the end of the world. I think Josh Brolin was unexpected anyways. So even though it kind of sucks that he won't do it, it's not the end of the world. It'll be all right.
He'd kill it.
He'd kill it. Look at him. What could have been. Just imagine that background wasn't the Avengers Infinity War. It was actually just a bunch of green. It was a bunch of green. That's what it was. Well, yeah, that's our DCU news, our news for this week. Thank you so much for joining us on that end. But it is time for our deep dive. It is time for our deep dive. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, make sure you just subscribe to us here on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. We're on both there, live streaming. We really appreciate all of you being here, spending your Wednesday evening with us. But as we said, it is time for a Batman tier list. So last year, September 11th to the date, we did our Batman suit tier list, part 1, right? If it's an older live stream, so quality may vary to what it is now. But if you want to go back and rewatch that, yes, it is on the stream or on our YouTube channel. So go check that out. It's actually a fun listen to. But today, in that tier list, right, to preface this, that first tier list was only limited to Bruce Wayne suits, right? So this went from comics, games, movies, right? And we're kind of doing the same thing here, but this time we are going beyond, not the Spider-Verse. We're going Batman beyond the Bruce Wayne, right? So we're going to include some.
There. I like that.
I'm glad you did. Someone out there liked it. But we're including others other than just Bruce Wayne. There will be some Bat family members and some characters who are or have been Batman who aren't Bruce Wayne. Right. So this is in celebration, an early celebration of Batman Day 2024, which is September 21st. So a week and 3 days ish. The dedicated YouTube video will probably launch then. But we have plans for some other things the next couple of weeks. So we had a free slot this one. That's why it is this week instead of the next one. So buckle up because it's going to be a lot of fun. For reference, for those who haven't seen the tier list, the first one, we'll pop up a picture here in the video itself, the dedicated video of who was in the first tier list in our rankings of it. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? It absolutely is. But if in case you haven't been with us here in our tier list before, as I try to share my screen really quick, this is our tier list. We have 15 characters or suits, designs that we're going to be ranking. If you don't see your personal favorite suit, don't worry. It may have been in part 1, or it might come in a future tier ranking. So please don't fret, okay? Don't worry. But let's get this started. In case you haven't been with us, our S tier is 0.3 certified, right? That's where you want to live because that's the best of the best. Then you have your A tier, your B tier, your C tier, and then 0.3 infamy. You have our last tier. The heck is this? The heck is this? I'll be honest with you, Spider-Man. I don't know if we'll have too many of these this time around, though.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I don't know how many we'll have this time around. The last time we had 2. Last Batman.
Can I pull up the last one real quick?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
found it.
Oh, perfect. Show it.
Boom.
Boom.
Looking
There it
for
is.
this.
There it is.
Let me hide that real quick. We had two. I think those two declassifieds are totally worth it.
Yeah, we got Val Kilmer and Adam West.
Man, this one was fun. This one opened my eyes to Killing Joke. Or not Killing Joke, the Batman Who Laughs.
Yes. Yeah, we this was a fun one. So again, definitely watch that video if you haven't already. But yeah, so let's go into this. We got 15 characters. Spider Brando, you don't know who we've prepared for this entire tier list, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So first up, we have Batman the Grim Knight. So the very rough way, but kind of apt way is basically if Batman was the Punisher. This takes place in a dark multiverse story where Batman kills his villains, and he has a crap ton of guns, and I do mean a crap ton of guns, a lot. He has Gotham City on lockdown. He is kind of a henchman to the Batman Who Laughs. So, seeing his design, Spider Brando, where would you personally rank the Grim Knight?
Dude, I love it. I would put it. I wouldn't 0.3 certify it. No, I wouldn't. But I would put it in a solid B tier. Just because it's cool. It's a Batman with guns. I know he doesn't like there's a whole thing of him not using guns and everything, but for this storyline, and like they did have Batman who becomes Joker, but no one complains about that because it's cool. So why does a Batman with guns not be cool?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'd put him.
I really like the suit.
Yeah. Yeah, the emblem is a like white emblem. It's like a giant white emblem. We do see some comments that there is some difficulty seeing the images. So if you give us a little bit, we could try to find a way to put these up as well.
Oh yeah, I could. Is there a way? How does dual screen sharing work?
I don't know, but instead of sharing my tab, let's see if I can share an entire window, and that might work. And I can probably pull up a better image for everybody. Go to system. Oh my goodness! Unlock the screen. Wow.
I gotta add them as overlays real quick. Or as we go.
Okay. That'll. Let me see if I can.
For now, boom, looking for this.
Yeah, and there's a toy version of the Grim Knight.
I think you can see. Badass.
I personally like it.
Wait, there's also. Oh, let me take that off. We got this note. I just want to show the picture. I think he's freaking cool. I'm moving up to A.
Yeah,
Let's look at this. Some great stuff here.
Yeah, I like it enough. I'm gonna say A tier as well. Let's see if this will work instead of doing the other way. Yeah, there we go. I can probably pull up images. Let's see. Right. No, the image is not working for some reason. All right. We'll find a way. So.
Oh, I have to. Oh, did you try to add the overlay to it? Oh yeah, we'll just do this.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, Batman Grim Knight will sit at a solid A tier. To be honest, if it was me, I'd put him up to 0.3 because I know some people don't like all the guns, but I kind of like it. It's silly, right? But I
Silly
really
and
like
goofy.
it. Yeah, I just think it's cool. So
It gives me Punisher, like you said, Punisher vibes.
yeah, it gives me and that's
it
not a
just
bad
reminds me
thing.
of a Batman Punisher, and I'm like, yo, it's kind of cool.
Isn't that what we want at the end of it? You know? But for now, he'll sit on A. All right, next up, we have Azrael Batman from Nightfall. So this is Azrael who takes over the Batman mantle after Bane breaks Batman's back. Bruce Wayne, Azrael takes the mantle, becomes a more I don't want to say edgy, but edgy Batman, a more violent Batman that eventually, when Bruce Wayne heals, he has to put a stop to. But he has, you've probably seen it at some point, the kind of iconic, like spiky shoulders, long cape, the claws, the gauntlets in between. It's honestly, for me personally, a very cool take on a Batman costume as well. For me personally, while you look up a picture of this, yes, right there.
I didn't know which variation to use. I couldn't lie.
No,
I saw the Arkham Knight one, and I was like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah, it's a great suit. It's a great looking suit. I don't even think that's like the best cover for it. It's a good one, but there are other ones. But yeah, where would you put this one, SB?
I feel like solid A. No, I feel like it's a B tier for me.
Whoa,
It's a
now,
cool suit, but I don't have like
whoa.
I don't know. I don't have like a connection to it that makes it scream A tier.
I personally put this at S.
S?
Yeah, this would be, for me personally, this is a 0.3 certified because I think it's such a, in terms of Batman lore, for like variant suits, it's such an iconic one.
It is a very unique one.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to not like it. Yeah. Symbol of corruption. Absolutely. I think it's an S tier. Lou is saying A. So I think
we could average that out at S or A.
Oh, he's changing his answer to S now.
Oh man, I'm the one that's not on point now.
Yeah. Well, also in case you're new to this, to us here, we kind of take the averages of all three, kind of put them. The averages is S right now. Yeah.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
Minty.
I'd agree. I'd agree with that. The shoulder pads are crazy.
The shoulder pads, the cowl, the claws, the cape. It's just. I love this design. To be quite honest. So our first 0.3 for now.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it
goes.
All right. Perfect. All right. Next up, we have our first Dark Knights. Or not our first. Our second Dark Knights Metal entry. We have Batman the Merciless. Right. This is an Earth where, if I remember correctly, Batman gets something with Ares. And he takes over and he gets the armor. I think it's hype because of Azrael and not the suit. That's not true. I don't think that's true. I think it's both. But the Merciless, very cool, very big armor, big sword, imposing, as the kids say. He has aura. So SB, where would you put this behemoth of a man?
Oh, that was full screen. I It's tough. I'm going. I think it's S tier.
Throw that picture up one more time just so those at home can see it. Like, look at the design.
That is sick.
Because you can tell it's Ares, but you can still see Batman's.
I'm gonna try something real quick. That may or may not screw our entire stream off.
Okay.
It didn't screw up. I just wanted to show if it would be easier if I just did screen sharing. Oh, but then it screws your screen. Oh no, but then we could just add it back.
Perfect. But yeah. So I personally think S tier. Lou with a very good point. It says his suit reflects the fusion of Batman's tactical brilliance and Ares' godlike war-infused power.
The plate armor is sick.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder had Batman for a bit long.
You know, this does feel like well, I mean, if anything, Scott Snyder, I think, drew the art on this. So, it's in the Snyder family, kind of. They're not related, I don't think. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I personally would throw it up in S. I'd certify it.
Final thing. I'd certify it.
Well,
I'd definitely certify it.
Well, there you have it. Our second certified. Yeah, that was a 0.3 cert all around. Perfect. All right, next up, our first Bat family member, extending outside of the main ones, Batgirl. Barbara Gordon, right? Jim Gordon's daughter. Eventually gets paralyzed, becomes Oracle. Minty, we will fix some certifications though. Don't worry. We'll get to that at the end of it. But yeah, we have Batgirl, kind of the classic gray suit with the yellow outline, or black, depending who draws it, like that one. There is a difference between like this and the purple suit, because the purple has a different design. So we're sticking specifically to the gray, yellow bat symbol boots. Yeah. I really like this one because it does feel like a good extension of like Batman, but a little, more feminine and more just different. It's classic. Yeah, Minty. Look at us.
Yeah, classic.
What would you rank it?
What would you rank it? I'm tired of being the first one that has to always answer.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I would I'm feeling either A or B. I think it's missing something to put it into A, but at the same time, putting it into B for me personally feels a little disrespectful.
Put it into B. I would put it into A.
A?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Lou in the chat saying it's unique to her classic Bat family, but it's a B. Which in ways I can agree because it is very simple. But there's just something about it that when you look at her, it is practical, but you look at her and you go, no, that's Batgirl. And I think because of that, it has to go into A. So, yeah, I think I agree with you, Spider Brando. I think it can live in A.
Oh, I misclicked.
B for
sure.
What if Batman was? It is, right?
I feel like that's the whole point of it.
Yeah, and I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Peter Miles' first suit was legit freaking Peter Parker.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and you think about it in terms of like Spider-Woman, where year of the collector, if you ever watch this, he's gonna kill me for saying this, but I feel like the original is not that great of a suit. I feel like this is a better like female version of the hero. That's just me though. That's just me, But yeah, I think A is a good good place to live in for right now.
Sold.
So next up, another metal entry. We have the Dawnbreaker. This is where this Bruce Wayne gets the Green Lantern ring and overrides it by killing someone and basically becoming a evil Green Lantern, and that they call the Dawnbreaker. I personally have a soft spot for this suit just because I like Green Lantern, but I don't think
this one.
Yes, I don't think it does that much for me personally, so it's a B for me.
I don't like this stuff right here.
The wires in the back.
Yeah. But
S for Lou? Oh, wow.
This is a unique one. I feel like I want to put it in A. Because
everybody is. All right, what's your reasoning for A?
Because I'm looking at this one right here, and like this one looks a lot better than this one. I really like this one. The logo looks cool. It looks just like a Batman. This one just looks, I don't know. This one, oh, I forgot, I'm not sharing. This one.
It's weird because we mentioned how, like, in the Merciless, the plate armor works very well, but for some reason in this one, it doesn't work as good.
I feel like the color pattern just doesn't work as good for it.
Yeah. I do agree. It is a good blend of like what a Batman Green Lantern would feel like. So I give it bonus points for that. But at the same time, it just feels like there's not enough. And I think, yeah, Minty, that's kind of what it's missing, where it's like it needs to do something else instead of like the weird fusion of the Green Lantern Batman symbol. I think it needs to be more Batman symbol than Green Lantern. And I think that's what kind of would have thrown it over the edge. Do you fear this Green Lantern? Oh, absolutely. This is the last Green Lantern on any universe I want to see. So, okay. I will concede in this. I would give it an A. I think I'm comfortable putting it in A. Yeah. It's not bad. It's good, but it could be better, to quote Maxwell Lord. So, yeah, A tier I think is a good is a good place for it to live. Next up, we have another Bat family member. We have Lucas Fox, the son of Lucius Fox, Batwing. His suit is more of an armor, I want to say. Sprouts these giant wings that are in the shape of a bat, hence the name Batwing. It's more technological suit, very futuristic. Almost feels like a Batman Beyond type suit. I'd say the other picture is a better representation because I feel like that's more closer to Batman Beyond. But if you clicked on that one right there, go back right there.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So I gotta do a lot of tab stuff. This one was the one, right?
Yes. So I like it. I don't hate it, but I like it. Lou coming in saying, I like this because of the innovation and the technology aspect of the Fox family, similar feel to Barbara, which I agree with. For some reason, I just feel like the blue, like white light is a little boring for Batman or for Batwing. I feel like if it was a different color, it would make it pop out a little bit. It shouldn't be red because then it'd just be Batman Beyond.
I'm kind of in the same boat of Minty as well. It just looks like Batman Beyond, but color coded blue instead of red. It looks cool. I put it in. Do I dare say C? I feel like I would put it in C.
Ooh. I feel like the armor is not bad though. Like, especially if, personally reading the comics and seeing like some action shots of it, and like it's not a bad armor, it's not a bad suit at all. It just feels like it's missing something else. And when the cowl kind of comes off, like the mouth part of it, I don't like it as much. It lives in B for me.
I could live with it in B. I think I could live with it in B.
B. Lou.
2B or not 2B?
2B or not 2B? Minty requesting the cowl off. The picture with a cowl off, which I'm sure we can find one. Lou saying B. Yeah, I think this is our first B. And it's not, it's a perfect example of like middle of the road where it's not bad, but it's not like anything to write home about. There's some tweaks that could be made that would make this a lot better.
It's actually surprisingly not many photos with the cowl off. Like, it's straight up Batwing cowl off.
I'd say that one on the top right, go down, go like up, that right there.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, that's probably like a best example.
Cowl.
Yeah. That's when he's straight up Batman, but yeah. Oh, Lou coming down saying we should bump Lantern Bat down.
Ooh.
Let's wait for that towards the end. We'll even out the yeah. We'll level out the tiers when we get there. Next up, you love him or you hate him, depending who you are. Everybody knows him. Damian Wayne Robin. Now, this isn't his normal Robin suit. This is more the newer Robin suit that kind of, from what I remember, debuted in like 2020-ish. So it's like, it has darker tones. It's black. It's gray. It's red. It still has like the yellow underbelly of the cape, but it has a darker scheme to the normal Robin colors that we normally associate with like the blue and red and green, but still keeping true to that. Here's a very good action shot of it, I think. Personally, Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. I like this suit a lot. And I don't want to let my soft spot for it dictate where I would put it. Because if you ask me, I think this is a solid A tier.
I like it because it just screams Robin, which is cool.
In a different way, though, right? Like its own unique style, which I don't think a lot of the Robins have.
Yep. I think I would put it in A.
A. Yeah, I agree. And I think that's a 0.3
I'm always a big fan of black and red, so Matt LeBlanc lost its speed.
Oh no. Yeah.
It's Damian as Robin. A.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like whoever I forget the artist who decided to put this Damian's mid. Nah, dude, Damian is not mid. the cape with the domino mask is money. Edgy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, A tier. I don't take Damian slander here because I think Damian is again personal favorite Robin, but Damian's too good. Damian's too good. Next up, another Dark Knight's metal entry. We have the Devastator. This is a world where Superman, if I'm remembering correctly, goes insane, starts killing people, and Batman, in a last attempt ditch to stop him, makes himself Doomsday basically, and loses control of it very, very quickly, becoming the Devastator and destroys the world after killing Superman. Spider-Man.
I'm gonna put in C.
Whoa. Lou saying a very apt comment. Snyder says hi again.
I don't like it. It reminds me of, I don't know.
Minty,
it's legit just it's Doomsday.
I think Minty brings up the best point about it. I like it. I like it because I like the story. But yeah, looking at it design-wise, it is just Doomsday. It's just Doomsday. Like, it's Doomsday with a Batman cowl on, and it's not amazing.
Yeah.
But I also don't feel like it's bad enough to where you look at it and you're like, ew, what is this? Like, you can clearly tell what it is. So I think C is a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel like you could argue to put it in B. I feel like I could argue for it, but I think C is the right choice. If it was like Smart Hulk, if he controlled, yeah.
I feel like B, knowing the story, is okay, but just like me personally, like if I didn't know if I wasn't listening when you're telling what the story was about, and I looked at this and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. And that's fair. That's fair. Next up, we have Nightwing, another Bat family member, but we have the first appearance Nightwing suit. So this is not your normal black and blue Nightwing suit. You still get blue and your hues of black in it, but it's very disco-like, I want to say. Nightwing looks like he's about to go out to a nightclub and rock the dance floor after doing a line of cocaine. Here's some good fan art. Here's some good fan art of it. Some very good fan art. 1985-84 Sex Machine. Honestly, like, Nightwing came out and he said hello.
That did nothing.
Oh, that is very small picture. That is the picture I use though. But here's it's a good enough look. I don't.
We put in what the heck is this?
Oh man, I like the suit though.
I hate it. It's just like you just said, it screams disco pizzazz. I would not want to be saved by a superhero wearing
this. So you mean to tell me that if Moreland came in your house right now,
dude, if Moreland came in my house,
in your house, and this Nightwing came out and said, "Hey, buddy, I'm here." He said, "I'm here for you, buddy. I'm gonna save you." You're just gonna be like, "Nah, never mind."
I straight up be like, "Nah." I feel like I could take Moreland if he's wearing this too.
You start fist fighting Moreland yourself. Oh man. Okay, I'll concede on it. The heck is this? What the heck is this? It seems like nobody likes this suit.
Just here. Well, let me pull this picture up too, because I feel like now this is just gonna be. What the heck is this now too?
Nightwing.
What is going on in these comics from July 1984?
Yeah,
I mean,
his
it's very
first
fitting with
appearance.
the 80s, but
Yeah.
like,
So when he takes up
is
the
this
Nightwing mantle.
No,
Yeah, his first appearance, baby.
not my Nightwing.
Yeah, not my Nightwing. Throw him in the trash. The heck is this? Which is unfortunate, but a fun one. Our first, the heck is this? All right, our second to last Dark Knight's Metal entry. We have Batman the Murder Machine. In this story, Batman basically takes over the consciousness, or basically like uploads himself into Cyborg after the death of Alfred, if I'm remembering correctly, and becomes this tyrannical technological monster. I think this is pretty cool. Me personally, this was, fun fact, my first Chase Funko Pop that I waited outside in a line for. And I almost got into a fight over it because someone tried to cut the line.
What a dick.
Yeah. This is menacing to me.
I think this is pretty sick.
It's like Batman the Terminator.
Yeah. I was just going to say that.
Like a scary Batman Ultron mix.
Ultron too, yeah. Or like no, not Brainiac. Oh, this pose looks cool in it.
Go ahead, show it off. Show it off. Yep, that's good.
Pose.
Yep, that's a good fan art too. I just like it because there's nothing about it that gives off that like friendly Batman vibe, you know? Like this looks like it's come to end you.
It's like Iron Man.
But not really though, because at least like because at least with Iron Man, I always feel like there's a sense of like, no, that's a hero. He's here to save me and help me out. You know, even like the Punisher War Machine armor, it was like, no, that looks like something, a vessel for good. This does not look like that. This looks like pure evil.
It truly does. Wow. This is menacing right here.
Yeah. No cape? B? No. Come on. Come on. I say A. Me personally.
B.
But the people are saying B. Oh man. Spider Brando?
I have to go. I'm gonna have to go B as well. It doesn't stand out enough to make it an A.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Well,
like it's really cool and super unique and awesome like concept. But it's just something missing about it.
Yeah. That's fair. High B though.
I'd say high B, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put him at the front of the B team. All right. Next up, Batman Ninja. This is the from the movie that came out.
Great freaking movie.
It's a lot of fun. I'm excited for the next one that they're making. Batman Ninja though, I like this suit design a lot. I really do. It's like a perfect Batman as a samurai. Yep. The perfect like Batman as a samurai. It's ridiculous. It's out there. I love it.
Great.
For me, this is
bat symbols everywhere.
Yeah, as he should. For me, this is a 0.3 certified.
Crazy you said that because I was thinking I was just gonna say that too.
Yeah, throw that kiss up there.
Ooh.
Throw that kiss up there. We haven't used that yet.
Looking for this.
You telling me he took the time
I
to
should have used
maybe he did.
Lantern one.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did, spend all the time painting it. And if you know what, even higher points for that, because that's dedication. How many
dedicated.
samurais did that? A lot of them did. So why wouldn't he? Yeah, no, this is a perfect armor to me. Like, I don't see how you make this any better.
I don't. The cowl was great. Sword, great. Belt strap, utility belt thing, great. Armor, phenomenal. Black and yellow. This touch of purple belt,
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Amazing.
Cape, flowing.
Yeah. You wouldn't think the little touch of purple would work, but it's a nice callback to, like, you know, what
This is from Injustice
his
2
first
mobile.
appearance. Yeah, the mobile game, they put him in there. But I think it's a good picture to use, a good reference point. So yeah, 0.3 certified. That's a easy one. Easy one. All right. Next up, I think another very easy 0.3 certified. You got the Red Hood, Jason Todd, the original suit, right? Red Hood has gone through a lot of iterations of suits, but we're talking about the first Jason Todd Red Hood, the brown leather jacket, the gray armor, red bat-like symbol, sleek Red Hood, helmet, guns. I mean, look at that.
Just throw it up there already.
Yeah, it's
just do it. This one deserves it too.
Yeah. You want to talk about one of the coolest character designs ever? This right here.
Dude, I love Red Hood.
Yeah. And it's crazy to me that, like, all these years now, where even now where we're trying to, like, make new Red Hood designs, everybody is still like, oh, but it's not that design. And that tells you something about how iconic this design of Red Hood is. That this is always like the gold standard.
Yeah. It's a freaking classic, man. It's just like, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's
like,
too good.
The other ones are cool, but the brown leather jacket just is something else.
Yeah.
The simplicity of the logo too.
Yeah.
Something else.
Yeah. Easy certification. All right. Our last Dark Knight's Metal entry comes from the actual Bruce Wayne, the main character of this story. We have Batman from Dark Knight's Metal. So he has a giant scythe, he has a long trench coat with spikes, and he has a giant, like, bat motorcycle skeleton thing on it. In this story, he's also a Black Lantern, because I think they revealed in Death Metal that he did die in the original Metal. They just didn't reveal it to the end. So he is also a Black Lantern.
This is sick.
Yeah.
This is like Ghost Rider meets the Lanterns, because Black Lantern.
Yes.
And Batman crossover.
Yeah. It's not a cross with any other character. It's just Batman of this world, of, like, the Metal universe.
The motorcycle is a little weird. He's got this the
motorcycle is a bit much, but it's a giant bat skeleton. And you know what?
Right, the bat skeleton.
And you know what? That works for me. This is another easy. This is another easy 0.3 cert to me. I like it a lot.
I don't know if I would cert it.
This feels like the Nightmare Batman from Scott Snyder's universe, but better. To me.
Yeah.
Lou is saying B, though.
I was thinking low A, high B. And even, I don't know. I'm also thinking B.
All right, everybody's saying B. All right. I'll let my love for this character go into the B tier. Sadness. I cry every time, but you know what? We got to make sacrifices here on the 0.3. Not everything can be 0.3 certified. That's okay.
It's really cool, but I don't know. It's just so out there at the same time.
Okay. Question for Lou and people in the chat and you, Spider Brando. If they could change one thing to make this higher up, what would it be?
Ooh. As cool as like knowing that the motorcycles are bad, they need to get rid of the motorcycle. And maybe change this staff thing a little bit.
The scythe?
The scythe. Oh, actually, yeah. Wait, the image kind of cuts off the.
Yeah, it's a scythe. Yeah.
Right.
The leather jacket, Minty is saying. I like the.
I feel like that leather jacket doesn't fit with that bike, and that's what's throwing me off. I think I've come to the conclusion. Put that leather jacket on like a Dark Knight bike. Or even the freaking Flash bike from the 2 seconds it was in there.
More like Batmobile bike.
Jacket. Yeah.
Okay. Lou saying his cowl in the image. That's fair. His cowl is a little bit short. So all right. All right, B tier. That's fair.
It's got the potential.
Yeah. You have potential. Is that what the Geico commercials? Last Bat Family member, we have Tim Drake Robin. Right. This is the third Robin of all the Robins. This is the suit where it becomes more of a pants type instead of like the old green trunks. A little bit longer of a cape. I think probably the best like green and red looking Robin costume, or at least one of the best for sure. I like the little cape and how it, or not the little cape, but I like how it goes like up to his neck. It feels like superhero like, but not in a goofy way where the Robins normally looked goofy. This feels like, no, we're trying to take Robin seriously now, a little more seriously, but still staying true to the Robin character.
I agree with everything that you just said. I think it's S tier.
What makes you say that?
I love me the red, yellow, and green Robins. Something about that compared to other ones.
Yeah. Minty,
always stands out for me.
Yeah. Minty, in the Arkham Asylum universe, yes, this is the Tim Drake, yeah. That has like the small ball buzz cut. Best Robin R for sure. Yeah, I agree with that. A decent cape, man, looks like a sidekick. 11 out of 10 times though. A tier for one of the better sidekick suits in all of superhero though. But I think, even though it's Scream sidekick, that's kind of the point, right? Where it encapsulates what Robin is.
Yeah.
At the core of it. Where it's like Robin is a sidekick, but he's like the best sidekick you could ask for in ways. B for bald. So he's your best sidekick. And I think for that reason, it being one of the most like iconic sidekick suits out there, staying true to it and still being an upgrade of a classic design, I'm gonna say like the back end of the S tiers.
I'd agree. It's back end. It's nothing high end. Whose favorite Robin is Tim?
There are a lot of people though who really do like Tim's Robin. Like I know some people on TikTok and Instagram that their favorite Robin is Tim Drake. So you'd be surprised. And I mean, in Arkham Asylum, he was cool.
He was.
So like, I can't complain about him. Yeah, I'm gonna say bottom S.
I would say bottom S also.
Yeah, bottom
it just screams classic Robin.
Yeah, Minty saying low A, B, which I could see that why some people would feel. I just think for those reasons, it's like both S to me, and I think Brandon as well. Last but certainly not least, the newest design of a Batman coming up next month in October. There's going to be basically DC's response to Marvel's Ultimate Universe, which will be the Absolute Universe. So this is Absolute Batman. This Batman is a tank of a Batman. He's like 6'5" or 6'7" or something like that, and like 370 pounds of pure unadulterated muscle. He is huge. His cape is like a whip, and his bat symbol is an axe. So he carries like an armor-plated axe for his bat symbol. His bat symbol isn't really even a bat symbol. It is just a wide, massive, like a wannabe bat symbol. Snyder fans going crazy. I mean, kind of, but I really like this design.
I'm gonna get us canceled on Twitter. This is A and S tier. I love it. This is just the logo, the symbol was a little. I've seen the memes for it on Twitter and all that, but this is such a different take on Batman in this absolute world, and I freaking love it. Like the fact that his cape is, kind of connected to him to just whip around. It's cool ass plated shoulder pads. His axe. You said his axe is his freaking symbol?
Yeah, it becomes an axe.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it's cool, and it's very fitting for this absolute universe that they're going for.
Yeah, it feels like if you're going to make Batman feel very different, this is how you do it without going like too out there, You just tweak some things, you make him a behemoth of a man, and you make his suit kind of reflect that.
The cowl is perfect.
The cowl is perfect, and I think the use of the cape is really what buys it for me, where a lot of the times it's like the cape, especially like in the Arkham games, for example, is used to kind of
show an action real quick. Just like look at that.
Yeah. I like it, but the cape is used to stun people, and him using it as part of his weaponry now. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is an imposing Batman. Like, if this shows up, that's it.
I'd be scared.
Yeah, you're done for. You don't want to do crime in here.
Nope.
Because this Batman is going to punch you, and you're going to feel like you're being hit by 2 tanks. I think this is a 0.3.
I would say so too.
Yeah.
Just look at how menacing this is too when he's just hunched over.
That's what I mean. Like, he feels animalistic in ways. And it's just so I'm excited. I'm super excited for this series. Lou saying a very good point. Shout out to Nick Dragotta, who's the artist. Man, yeah, I like this a lot. it's a good suit. I'm sorry, it's a good design. It's 0.3 it all the way.
I 0.3 it.
Yeah. Does it get a one of these?
Yes. I got
Throw
too
it
many
up there.
tabs to look through.
Look at
Definitely
that.
is one of those.
All right. Well, there's
And
your.
even look at how.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I forgot I'm not sharing. The symbol on here is cool too.
Yeah, you can
And the
see more of the
concept
bat.
art of
Yeah.
it not being so like pickety, if that makes sense. Like this actually looks like a bat. The other one, I understand the criticism where it's kind of like a square. People just say it's like a square with like a triangle sticking out, but going by this design right here, easy S tier.
Yeah. Easy. All right. Well, there you have our rankings. So now what we like to do here at point 3 is we like to rank each individual rankings. So at the heck is this at the infamy, unfortunately, at least for me personally, we have Nightwing, his first appearance suit, which yes, he will be staying in the heck is this. Our only C tier is Batman the Devastator, right? And then in B tier, so probably our first time where we might have to adjust, we'll see. We have the Batman from Dark Knight's Metal, the main Bruce Wayne. We have Batman Murder Machine, and then we have Batwing Lucas Fox. Is this in order?
I would say I would move the Cyborg over
Over Metal?
what names was. Yeah, over Metal.
Okay. All right. I can agree with that. If we're going B tier, I can agree with that. And then are we okay with Metal and then Batwing?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the way to
Yeah,
go.
I think that's good for B.
All right. So your B tier, starting from the bottom up, you have Batwing, Dark Knight's Metal, Batman, along with his crazy bat skeleton motorcycle, and the Murder Machine. And Minty, very true. It could go either way. So it's a good B tier. It's a very good B tier,
Yeah.
and I think it establishes a baseline of what a good costume is and separates what like the better ones are. All right, your A tier, right? As of right now, we have the Grim Knight, we have Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, we have Dawnbreaker, and then we have Damian Wayne, the new Robin suit. I think Damian needs to move up.
I also think Damian needs to move up.
I think he needs to move all the way up.
To 1?
I think it's over Grim Knight.
Definitely. Grim Knight was like the gun, right?
Yes.
First one. I think it's over Grim Knight as well. I think it's over the Lantern one.
All right. Is Grim Knight over Batgirl and the Dawnbreaker?
No.
Okay.
Batgirl over.
Batgirl over. Okay. All right. Is Grim Knight over Lantern Batman?
This, I don't think so.
Okay. We're getting
Chat's
Chat's going crazy. Chat wants Grim Knight and Dawnbreaker in the B tier.
Thinking about it,
I'm okay. I'm okay doing this.
Is GL and Grim better than the Machine Batman? No. That's
So
a good point.
would it be better? I feel like it might be better to bump Murder Machine up to like the lowest A tier to be the gatekeeper of the A tiers. And then
But
let these
not
fight for
a
B.
true A tier.
I think he is, because at this point, if we're saying that these are all better, like Murder Machine is better than them, that bumps him up to A, at least to me.
Unless we move one down from 0.3.
Hold on there. Let's not get too crazy now. Wait a minute there. Wait a minute. I do think Green Lantern should be at B. The question is, does Grim Knight stay in A or B? Gut reaction.
I'm fine with Grim Knight staying in A.
Yeah. I
like that Grim Knight. It's unique.
Yeah, I agree. I think I like Grim Knight in A. I think we'll keep him there for now. All right. So your new B tier is Murder Machine, Dark Knight's Metal, Batman, Batwing, and then Dawnbreaker at the end of B. And then A tier, you got Damian Wayne, new Robin suit. We have the Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, and then Grim Knight, which I think that's a fair A tier. It's a good A tier. Now, your 0.3 certified, the best of the best, at least for us here, right? We have Azrael Batman. We have the Merciless. We have Batman Ninja. We got Red Hood. We got Tim Drake. And then we have Absolute Batman. Now, I definitely think there's some rearranging that needs to be done. Let's just go ahead and get this out the way because I think we all know that that's true, right? Right? Easy?
Yeah.
Red Hood needs to be at the top of 0.3.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Top of the S tiers for sure. All right. Now let's do this. Who's the bottom S tier?
I think Azrath.
Azrael?
Azrael, yeah.
No, Minty. No. That one hurts. Because to me, I put Ninja as the lowest. That's 0.3.
See, he's got a point. This is what he's got a point.
They're not all. So here's the thing. We're not saying these are the greatest of all time. We're just saying that in terms of this list, these are the best of the best. We'll get to the GOAT tier ranking one day. Don't worry about that.
Dude, I don't know. I feel absolute wouldn't. This is tough. This is all tough.
Okay, let's do this. All right. So Red Hood, we can kind of clearly say is the definite 0.3, right? Is Merciless better than Batman Ninja?
Yes.
Okay. We got one yes, one no.
Dude was loving Ninja Samurai.
Yeah, Ninja Batman. Okay. All right. You know, the more I think about it, right, I might put Ninja over Merciless for the pure fact that it's kind of like the perfect interpretation of Batman as a ninja / samurai.
But is Merciless not a perfect interpretation of Batman as a fucking Greek god?
He is, but and that's why to me I think Merciless is 3.
That's true. He could be forgettable. As soon as you said Batman Ninja, my ears sprung up.
I mean, I always remember Merciless, me personally.
I never heard of him until tonight. I can't lie.
I think you would like that story. I think you would like that story a lot. All right, that's a good point. Merciless is cool, but not as unique for a bat. Like there are other bigger evil bats. So you know what? That's fair.
Now that begs me the question. I think Merciless goes to the bottom now.
Bottom?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm okay with him being the gatekeeper. A? No, not A. Come on. I don't think it's A.
I feel like I'm starting to think I would move either him or Absolute to A as the gatekeeper into S as front A.
Okay, well, that for me, if we're gonna have to pick one of them, then let Merciless be that gatekeeper because I think Absolute is the S tier, and I'm dying on that hill. The plate is hard, but it looks like a Dark Souls character more than Batman. Okay, fine.
I can kind of agree. I do agree with that.
All right, fine. Merciless will be at A. Merciless will be the gatekeeper of A tier. All right. So, all right. Tim Drake. Is Tim Drake better than Absolute?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Is Absolute better than Azrael?
I think so.
I see Absolute because there are differences. Dark Knight is a very different style to this one in comparison. I see the inspiration of where they get it from. It is very Dark Knight like, but it is not the Dark Knight. Like you can clearly, if you look at it well, and even if you squint your eyes, you can tell they're not the same. Like they,
Boy, thick.
yeah, this dude is a unit, a tank, you know. So I can't remember if I asked, but is Azrael or is Absolute better than Azrael?
I said yes.
You said yes, okay. Which I think I agree with. Like if I see Absolute go against Azrael, Absolute is crushing Azrael every time.
I agree with that.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we have our S tier then. Maybe to the dismay of some. But you know what? That's the fun of it here, that we get to talk about it all. Right? These are a lot of fun to do for this reason. We get, it's always nice to see perspective on people's opinions and see where they fall. Right? All in good fun.
Mm-hmm.
So our tier ranking for Batman Part 2 with the Bat family and more included, our final rankings for The Heck Is This? We got Nightwing, his OG suit. We have in C tier the Devastator. In B tier, starting from the bottom up, we have Dawnbreaker Batman. We have Batwing. We have Batman from Dark Knight's Metal. Then we have a Murder Machine. In A tier, from the bottom up, we have Grim Knight. We have Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. We have Damian Wayne, his newest Robin suit. And then we have the Merciless. Then at 0.3 certified, from the bottom up, we have Azrael, Batman. We have Absolute Batman. We have Tim Drake, Robin. We have Batman Ninja, and then we have Red Hood at the top of the 0.3 certified. So great list, I think. Very good list. And for those, wondering if like Minty, especially kind of like Lou was saying, we are going to eventually do a combined list of all of like the top ones for a lot of these lists. So, if you don't like where they're at now, don't worry. One day they might end up living in a C or B tier, just not right now. It's in comparison to just these, right? And if we disagree, that's okay. But if not, it's all in good fun. So that's our tier list, our Batman tier list for right now, right? This is again in celebration of Batman Day. So hopefully when you're seeing this, we have dropped the video on Batman Day. So happy Batman Day to everybody out there. It's not right now, so don't worry about that. But when you see this, it will be. But everybody, thank you so much for joining us on another Wednesday live stream. We really appreciate everybody being here, joining us and using your Wednesday night to spend it with us. Going over the news again. If you're not, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, give us a sub there if you feel like it. And make sure you're on our Discord, because a lot of these conversation topics get started on Discord. So it's a lot of fun, and we're going to be hosting some movie nights, doing some more community events. So definitely be on the lookout for that. 0.2 podcast. Lou, we miss you, buddy. Wish you a speedy recovery. It ended up being 0.2, but not for the reasons that we thought. Spider-Brand
still
survived.
alive.
Yeah.
No Morrowind coming through my door.
Yeah, Spider-Brand survived for today. So, but everybody, once again, thank you so much. But until the next Wednesday live stream, as always, there are 3 very important things that you need to keep doing. You need to keep watching, you need to keep reading, and you need to keep nerding out. In this case, about Batman and all his cool suits and whatnot and designs. But we will see you next time. Have a great night, everybody.
Ciao.